Nice.
Alright, well, let's talk top. So,
Yeah.
top lane, what would we say are the
Go
main
forward.
types of top laners?
Okay. You got your farm all days,
Mhm.
aka
Singed.
your late game carries. You have super tanky, and you have super aggressive. Those are kind of your three types.
Right.
Your tanky is going to be people like Singed.
Singe is also definitely one of the late game carries. I mean, he can have a really
Singed
strong
isn't
mid-game,
really a carry though.
but
Singed is
jerk.
not really a carry though.
yeah, he's not
honestly.
designed to be. It's just his scaling is good enough that he just does crazy shit. You're right though. I mean, that's not his intended thing.
Mm-hmm. True story.
Yeah, that sounds about right though. Tanky ones are usually, of course, they're about health, but they're also about utility. Like,
Right.
Shen, for example, right? Of course, has his global ult, and that is why part of why he's so good. Is he's
Shen,
got that
you
utility.
need to not underestimate his damage though, because he
True.
can be intense
No, Shen's damage is actually pretty good.
if built properly. I mean, it's just like Singed. They're not. They are a threat because they have decent. They have okay damage.
Alright, so against someone like Riven, who's going to be kind of pushy in the lane, should I be going defense or offense?
Well, it's a good question. The question is, do you think you can trade? Right? Because if you think you can trade, then you should totally go,
Offense.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you don't think you can, if you think they're just going to outclass you, then
Right.
defense. Which is kind
So
of
then
the
I guess the
rule
question
in
is,
general.
how offensive? But
I mean, that's kind of how it goes in general, is if you think
Mhm.
they're just going to wipe you, like you want defense, just to be able to last in lane as long as
I'll
you
just
can,
start this
waiting
way,
for
'cause-
things like your mid and jungle to jump in.
Yeah.
And so you can farm under tower and stuff and try and get health back as you do
Mhm.
so. And then
Right.
if you think you can trade, it's better to go as aggressive as you can, because if you can get that little extra edge and manage to drop them in duels, it makes top lane so
Right.
much easier, as you know.
Sure. Okay. I tend to be a pretty passive player, so...
Yeah.
Oh wait, I should Alright, at least in the beginning, because I always get killed when I'm aggressive, so starting out not as aggressive. Work my way up to being more aggressive.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it takes practice.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's one thing is, so it used to be, I mean, I don't know how top feels now, but it used to be that people would basically farm back and forth until around level like 4 to 6, and then suddenly one would hit the other and the duels would start.
Requires a steady hand.
I could have put that in way earlier.
But I don't know
'Cause
how
I'm
it
missing out on
is
farm now.
now. I think now there's a little bit more of the health trading and stuff throughout, lots of poking, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
As usual,
I'm not
as
missing out
top,
on much,
one of the
actually.
key things to pay attention to when you get in a duel is where the creeps are. Because
Yep.
creep damage is a thing, especially when you're alone and you don't have a lot of sustain, as is often the case with top. So, if you're going to get a duel to happen, try and have them in your creeps when it happens. If at all possible.
I always take the high ground.
What else to say about top? It's a very, as we mentioned before, it's a very matchup specific sort of lane, right? Like who you're fighting against in lane
Jesus
is very
Christ.
important. Man, I should just
You've
have
got
the camera on this.
really aggressive there, Cam.
Yes, I did.
You held up okay though.
Oh, you started with Elixir? Jesus.
Yup.
It's a weird start, but you actually will see that sometimes.
Jesus!
you
You have a
stun up?
lot of...
Hello,
No,
Whack
I didn't have it yet.
I
Wait.
counter-stunned.
No, Cam. So, do you have like a lot of spell vamp or not spell vamp, but like
Lifesteal?
yeah.
I have a little bit, but I had potions. I I had pops
I know,
running.
but like you had way more health, or you had way less health, except you came out with the same at the start, or after that
Wait, what?
interaction
Well,
happened.
so Riven dropped a stun on you, so that was part of it.
Yep.
I see that, but like when I hit him, he came out with the same amount of health. Like I did a
like
jump
I said,
hit,
I
so
had
I mean,
I had 2 pots running.
Yeah, I mean, so he
do
did.
they stack
I mean,
now?
no,
They
they
didn't
don't
used to
stack,
stack.
but I had
Okay.
I have lifesteal from Quince.
We are
Yeah.
one piece.
I have 4% lifesteal.
Okay.
I stunned you,
Right.
okay,
My-
and then
Well, okay.
I was hitting you.
That still doesn't really explain how you came out with more health than when I came in.
Well, one thing is he popped the heal and then farmed creeps for a while, so he was able to get some health up on you before.
No, he's
that-
talking about he jumped on me.
I jumped on him, and he came out with the same amount of health.
All right, if you say so.
Stand together.
It's possible.
Let's see. So I guess let's talk about let's talk about runes and such for people who play in top. Um,
They're very similar to 80 carry runes.
Mhm.
I mean, they're very similar to most lanes, right?
yes.
Oh, balls.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm no expert, but I seem to recall that, like with most lanes, armor and magic resist are never a bad thing, really.
Right.
Do you put flat AD on tops typically? I mean, provided it's an AD top.
Oh, bugger.
I do.
Okay. And then you said you like
It depends.
but-
Runes really depend. I use lifesteal on some characters. Like Riven, I know I'm going to be really aggressive with. So I like to take the lifesteal because it works better for trading.
Fuck you.
And that would make sense with a lot of melee characters in general.
Right,
'Cause it gives you
exactly.
a way to keep that.
It helps you
when
sustain a
getting
lot.
breathed,
But
yeah.
I only have 2. I have 2 lifesteal and 1 AD.
We are one
Okay.
people.
Interesting. Do you have any armor pen?
Shit. God damn it.
So okay,
Oh god, you made 6.
part of the reason, yeah. So I hit 6 right there, and as soon as I hit 6, this is something you're going to notice a lot with top lane. There's a lot of top laners that the second they hit 6 get really strong. They get like a
Yeah.
huge boost in either damage output or survivability that is going to give them a huge edge.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, Interesting. All right. What about masteries? Do people usually do the 21-9-0
So,
kind of thing? Or do they-
Okay, so again, this is very split.
Mhm.
People go one of 2 ways. They either go super offensive, which is what I have right now. I have a 21-9-0 build.
No kidding. Fuck you! God damn it.
Yeah, so, okay. Riven is a hyper carry, and very, very much so is really overpowered right now. She's gonna get nerfed in the next patch.
Thank
But
god, because holy fuck.
she's always been strong,
Yeah, pretty much.
and part of it is that the way her passive works, every time you cast a spell, you get a little buff. So your next auto attack gets a little bit of a buff.
Oh,
So-
Jesus.
Basically,
That
what I do
is
is every
ridiculous.
time I cast a spell, I auto attack you, right? And I try to go spell auto attack, spell auto attack, spell auto attack, so that I can
Right.
stack my passive, basically. But she is really good, and she's got a lot of gap closing. She's got a lot of things, right? She's just real solid.
She's kind of ridiculously retardedly good.
Well, I also did, like I said, I did a really aggressive start.
Yep.
Okay,
Right, so this would normally be a scenario
And I have no
where-
gank support right now
Yeah, I was
either,
gonna say,
so...
if there was a jungle...
true, but I
this would be
mean,
the kind of
a lot of the
scenario.
times Riven will jungle.
Oh, sometimes, definitely.
Oh god damn it.
Sorry, Riven can jungle, but also, a lot of times Riven is scary enough in top lane that your jungler's either going to camp there from the beginning, or you're just going to let top fall. And you want top to fall early, so that you can let the creeps push up, and you can just farm behind river. Because that's the
Well, that
only
would have
way
been nice
to do
to
it
know
safely.
early on.
Well, no, I mean, it's a reality, and this is, I don't know.
Well,
I
right
mean,
now this is just getting frustrating for me, so
okay,
it's not
well-
exactly a good starting one for me, for you to start with Riven and be super aggressive. I mean, it's something that I need to learn,
okay,
yeah,
so
but
I'll be honest. I picked Riven because I wanted to remember how to play her, because she is really OP right now. So right there, I mean, that was good. Ideally, you want to try to trick the person into tapping you once, but
you weren't gonna do that.
It's not always easy.
It's not. It's not. But that is definitely one of the times when you want to be like really hard engage.
What? Why did
I
it not go
dashed out.
off? No, but my dodge didn't go off like I was hitting it.
So it has a delay, right?
A small delay, like the delay had gone past at that point.
Yep.
Well, scary.
Man. I mean, considering Cam is level 9, like, that was pretty good trading.
Well, I also started low health
Yeah.
Yeah.
and was in the middle of all of his creeps.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what,
That was
and
the
didn't
idea.
pop my ult, and he did.
that's all what,
That's
what
So
people
the other
want.
side of it is okay. So there are two. I'm aware. It was it was a good trade. It was a good trade. I'm
Well,
not
I
gonna
didn't
knock
get
that.
anything out of it really, but
Well, now you got time in
me
lane.
damaged.
Right? I mean, check this out. Like,
I
you're
do
getting
now.
the
But
farm.
he could stay here. He's probably still in the bushes there, and he's gonna jump me and kill me.
It's possible, but you don't want to step
If
out
that
too
was the
far.
case, yeah. I mean, so
you
the
would
thing
not
is
want to
there,
step into
you
that
know-
bush, for example, because, like you said, he could
Right.
be there, and if he was, you'd die right now.
Mm-hmm.
So normally you would want to take
I'm
this
out of
chance
wards.
to return, and so you'd push the creeps
So
up off
so
your
top
turret,
is one lane.
return.
Top is a
get
lane that's
stuff.
really hard to play in non-draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because it's so heavily matchup dependent.
We must press on.
80 carry, it's like, okay, there are good and bad matchups, but really, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you can get some tough lanes, but overall,
if you play it safe, though, most lanes,
Exactly.
most matchups you can deal with.
you can just
bottom.
play it safe and be fine.
Top is a bit of another story.
Time for talk is over.
Oh, that was a dumb move.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have teleported to the turret if I was gonna teleport to anything there.
Yeah. I thought there would be more guys, but they died too fast.
Well, so the second I saw your teleport, this is
I
a
saw
good
where you
thing.
moved.
Right, the second I
Yeah.
saw your teleport, I went, okay, I gotta clear creeps, so I ditched all my spells to clear the creeps, and was...
Oh, and you don't have like nearly as bad of cooldowns as me.
I have intentionally got cooldown reduction in my mastery set, and I have no mana, so I can spam things all day.
Right. But
Just
I
like
mean,
Garen.
even the base set is not nearly as bad as mine,
Yeah, she's got short cooldowns. It's true.
and no mana.
Right.
Yeah, the no mana.
Yeah, Riven's incredibly OP in my mind.
She's very good.
She's a very strong top right now.
Yeah,
And it's one of the reasons I played her, is because she's really strong, and she synergizes well with the new items. It's the kind of thing where I've had...
Oh, what the fuck? Jesus?
I dashed. My dash has a shield, so I dashed away just to get my cooldown for my stun, and then stunned you.
That's retarded.
So I can't say for sure, but I think if you had held the jump, you might have had a chance to kill
Yeah,
the
you
Gamma.
wanted to hold the jump and walk away a little bit.
Right, so that
Because
they're out of
if you
attack
saw,
range.
I stunned you just so that I would get to attack the tower because my goal was to kill the tower.
Right.
So yeah, it's possible that, yeah, and this is the thing with Jax. Sometimes it's really hard to gauge. It takes a lot of practice. Like, I'm no good at it, for example. But you can hang on to your jump, right? Get some damage in, and then either they'll peel away from you, and then you can close and get that stun. And,
So
and then drop
that's
your stun,
one that
or you
I've
can go
done,
the other way.
but in that situation, he would have killed the tower before I got to him.
Possibly. Yeah, I was hoping
Well,
that you
based
could
on the
walk
speed
in
at
and
which it
stun,
was dying.
and then, drop damage and stuff. The other thing you can do is keep distance. Let them sort of burn some of their stuff trying to get to you, and then jump in on them with the Q. Which is a trickier thing to pull off, a definitely more advanced tactic, but it can work really well for Jax. It's part of what makes him so good. Is
So
he's got
I mean,
that
it's the
re-engage
same
that he needs
concept
to.
as I did. It's the same concept as I did in that fight where I used my dash, knowing that it had the shield. All I needed to do was buy time, so I dashed as far away from you as possible, and then walked back towards you to pop the stun.
Right.
Why did you only need to buy time?
Because I knew that my stun cooldown was coming up very
that's
soon,
what okay.
and as soon as I got the
Oh, new
tower
stun's
down,
instant, of course.
the second I got the tower down, I dashed as far away as possible. Because I was no longer going to take damage, I needed to get away so that I could, get my cooldowns back.
High ground. Swiftly now.
Well, yep, that was retarded.
I've been sitting there all game.
You should have played Teemo and just gone into stealth.
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny, it's true.
Yeah, what else? to say
So
about
maybe
top?
next game, well, I was
Why
going
don't
to
you
say
play
maybe we
different-
should restart and
I agree.
have you play top, Luke,
I agree.
instead of me,
I was going to suggest the same.
because you would get more out of it, and Ben would probably get more out of it.
It wouldn't be a complete slaughter, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So top is probably the lane that I've played second most.
Yeah, and Big and
Believe
Riven
it.
was a bit of a dick move. It's one of the few characters
Well,
who can duel better than
yeah.
Jax.
A huge dick move. You
Oh.
kidding me?
Well, I don't know about a huge dick move. I mean, you're going to see that matchup. Like, that's going to happen. And not just
I
like on
am,
occasion.
but it wasn't turning into a learning experience. It was just a killing experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're changing it up.
Yep, so let's just leave this. Okay. I didn't think that was going to go as well as it did. I
That was pretty...
took... I was not. Okay. It was an extremely aggressive play. I have not played Riven in a very long time. The last few times that I've played her, I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, but you're kind of playing it
Because she can get pushed out of lane,
She can.
And a lot of the times, the second somebody sees Riven, they go, oh shit, jungler's gonna sit top all game.
Right, but there's
Right.
no jungler.
Which didn't exist.
Um,
And
Right.
You guys mind if I get on this one?
no, I don't.
Not at all.
please.
Absolutely. And 2-on-2.
Or if Lucas is gonna sit, I was just gonna jungle or something.
No,
Or
I
dick
think,
rounds in the
okay,
lane.
so I think Luke's gonna play top against Ben,
Oh, okay.
and I think,
So you
Will,
two
you and I
can-
should both jungle.
Yeah, you can both jungle.
That'll be
That's fine.
interesting. You
That'll
will
be-
kick my ass, man.
I will kick your ass? I don't think so.
Who's Fundo Mundo? Is that anybody we know?
I have no idea who that is.
So who's jungling with who?
You two just get to decide. It's
Alright.
probably
Oh,
better
I
if you
was
don't
gonna
know.
switch teams.
You
Probably
still
better if
can
we
you
don't
want.
know.
I don't care.
Fucking
No,
jungle
I
Teemo.
more meant like, Luke and me Will and Ben, who's jungling against who.
Right, sure.
What's the matchup gonna be? But
Juggle Karthus. It's gonna happen.
okay.
Man, if I didn't think you would abuse me so hard for doing that, I know you'd be the dick.
Yeah, I
It was
kinda
just
would.
proven.
Hey.
I'm just gonna start this thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Please do. Alright, let's try that again.
Man, I feel like Cho is not very good right now, but I might play him anyways. We'll see.
So, does Riven also have a lot of, or did you build a lot of armor piercing or something like that?
She gets some true damage from her ult,
Oh,
but
well,
no, not that
you
much.
weren't using that a lot. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, wait, what? I think I have
It is not
I don't
quite
think I have the
right,
right-
but
moves.
Oh, I should have locked in. Oops.
I nearly didn't get the champion. Took a little too long doing that, but I made it.
What were you doing?
Looking at
your team out.
masteries.
Oh
and
god,
stuff.
oh god.
Oh.
I almost didn't take smite just now.
That would have been challenging.
Thank God you're
Yeah.
juggling Nunu.
So, what are we trying to accomplish this time?
I honestly, this is just practice playing in top lane.
And honestly,
Well,
I'm
talk
gonna
through
try a
stuff.
spell, a dirty word, and wards.
I am not very good at top lane, and
Sounds like
Jax
fun.
is a better top laner. So this should be
Yes.
not like when you fought Cam just now.
No.
Well,
It's going to be very different.
Cho's actually not bad, but Cho
Cho's
is
a good
very
top
much
laner. I like him a
Cho
lot.
is very much a farm all day top lane.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Now that's not necessarily really what you want against Jax.
Exactly.
Because Jax realistically, you either want Nasus, who is a late game hyper carry that just scales better than Nasus or than Jax,
Mm-hmm.
or you want somebody like Riven who's gonna capitalize on mid game.
Riven's also just a really strong dueler, and one of the few,
She's just really
like
strong.
you mentioned, better than Jax at dueling, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try it.
Welcome to Summoner's
Alrighty.
Rift.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Will, are you there?
Yeah.
Whoops, I need to do this. Oops. Bam. Okay. Gotta remember to do that. That's a little annoying. Be nice if I didn't have to do that. Oops. There we go. That's weird. What's with the border? Okay.
Seconds until minions.
Now I'm trying to think of. So one thing that's nice about top, when it comes to picking, as far as like team comp and such, top is one of the more versatile picks. Like you can pick it to kind of fit what the team comp needs. Because there's good utility
Right.
ones, there's good tank ones. There's.
Hey, I've got the fuck out of my red.
Get the fuck out of your red?
You were laughing. I assumed you
Oh,
were in
no,
my red.
that's not what I
Oh.
was doing.
Nope.
Minions have
I figured you would be at your red.
I mean, not yet.
Why not?
Because I'm being lazy.
Are you getting help from Ben?
You probably should. Is the thinking there? But yeah, so top lane's very versatile. You can pick it oftentimes to fit what the team comp needs. So like if you're looking at, you know, your support and your jungle and stuff, or your mid, and it looks like they don't have enough CC, it's easy to pick a top laner that has that kind of CC. Or if you see that, you know, you don't have any tank on your team, it's easy to pick a top laner who's got some tank and will still be able to deal with that duel at top pretty easily. So that's part of the key, is you're really trying to pit, you know, you want to look both at the matchup that you're fighting, right? So you want something that's not going to get totally pushed out, but you also want something that that will fit your comp, right? Because when you get into the mid game, honestly, that's when top is its strongest, is at mid game, unless you have a really like hyper carry kind of top laner.
Which is Jax or Nasus or...
Damn it.
Cannot trade with you. This is why
No,
you're
no, you
better
can't.
in this lane.
God damn it, but I cannot CS at all. Oh, whoops.
So this is me trying to just keep the creeps pushed up here, but not under tower, right? I will only be able to do it so long because I don't have a lot of mana. But there are certainly worse.
Oh shit, I don't have that yet.
for staying under tower than Cho.
What's that?
There are certainly worse champions to farm under tower than Cho.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's kind of at this point with how the meta works, it's kind of how you have to play him. Unless you have a very specific person that you're fighting at top that you can actually trade with, which is unusual. So Cho really doesn't come into his own unless you get a good gank going, right? Especially if you have a jungler that has a lot of damage. Cho can be really strong at top because he has that good utility, right? And also tank. That's what he brings to the team. So that's another thing, is if you're worried about your top lane matchup, one way of countering it is by having a jungler top combo that's going to win out.
Yep, I forgot how much health you got back. I haven't played Cho in a while. Oh, you probably also have... Oh no, you started Ring.
Oh,
Oh!
oh man, nice.
Red buff.
Red buff.
Oh,
Yep.
red buff.
So now, I mean, this is normal as with any lane, but now I'm definitely going to push these creeps up, get them under your turret, right, and then return. If I wanted to, I could probably stay up here and do some damage to the tower, because I've got warding, so it's reasonably easy to see if I'm about to get ganked. But yeah, pushing those creeps up force you to drop the teleport, at the very least. Which is very nice for
Well, I probably would have dropped it anyway. But I messed up in my skills earlier. I didn't get my stun for a while. And I cannot CS at all. Good god. Though apparently I'm doing better than
He's
you.
in
He's
stronger
a
in
bully
jungle.
early.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
You did get my wraith, though, you sick bastard.
Oh.
Oh man, so in the next patch
I
they're
do what I
adding a
can.
jungle camp. It's super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking
Awesome.
forward to
Kind
that.
of excited about it.
Damn it.
Dude, you're taking lane XP. That's cheating.
I figure if it starts to get pushed up, you take it. That was admittedly a little unfair, but you took my
That's
wraith.
cheating.
I figure, okay, so if it's a tower, we'll grab it. How about that?
So here's a little bit of Cho strategy. So what I've
And
been doing,
after
right?
that.
I'm building Cho AP, and I'm building him. My runes and masteries are reasonably well. The masteries are somewhat aggressive. The runes are pretty defensive. The goal with this kind of build is to do what I'm doing now, which is just farm under tower and be able to creep the creeps off enough, right? That Ben can't just trade with me, right? Because I know I'm going to lose the trade. And in general, that's kind of how you have to play Joe, like I mentioned. So what you end up doing is you end up max leveling his W, right? Because his W can clear creeps pretty well without taking too much mana.
Yep.
Yeah, so if
That's
you
what
do
I used
that,
to do.
you can sort of sit like this, farm under tower. Don't let him get too much harass or trade on you. Like you see Ben is pushing up. I'm just like, nope, I'm not even going to deal with that. Or if he does get really aggressive with it, just get some harass. Yeah. You also noticed that on my way back, I picked up a bunch of mana potions and such because I knew I was going to need them. Yeah, and the biggest thing is Ben has the right idea.
Oh,
what
you
wanna do is
jackass!
You want to zone
You
out.
little jackass!
You want to do is what?
Little
Is
jackass.
zone out Joe, right? If you can,
Yeah.
not push up the creeps and be able to keep him, because you can beat him in duels, right? So if you can keep me from doing what I'm doing here, right, which is where I just sort of chill and make you try and do engages under the turret. Yeah, so basically, if you get a chance to zone out Cho, totally take it, because he's not going to be able to do a lot about it. He'll try and throw harassment.
You're a
and stuff,
little
but
jerk.
especially
Oh, man, I
think that
does
just
not have the
reset.
mana.
What are you guys saying? You guys are talking over each other.
Sorry.
Will took my blue,
And then took my
and
blue.
then took his. He ran straight to his own and took it. And I tried to steal it, and I couldn't.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing.
So another
But
tip
it's
there,
okay,
I
'cause,
turned
you know,
off my E in order
Your
to keep the creeps from
your
pushing
creeps
up
are
at all.
still there, so
Right.
Yeah.
Just
I had to
another
leave those.
Cho tip.
I do that all the time, man.
Yeah, well, honestly, this is more for the viewers at home than anything.
Yeah.
Just trying to explain my process so that they can see sort of how this, non-trading, how do you do this farming under tower? How do you make that happen? And this is kind of how you do it. You have to be very careful with when you use your spells, a lot of mana management, all that sort of stuff.
You've got some massive health rig in there.
Massive what?
Health rigging. I think that's just a factor of
regen.
show.
Not really,
regen.
actually. I actually have very little.
Well, it's way faster than me.
I've been getting potions is the key. And it's because I know...
Well, but you haven't gotten health potions. Oh, no, you do
I
have
did.
health
I got health
potions.
potions and mana potions because I knew that I wouldn't be able to trade with
Jerk.
you, right? And then I'm
You're a
trying to just
jerk.
stay under tower. But yeah, see, you're getting the right idea, though. You're just like, zone him off, keep him from being
jackass.
able to... if...
You engaged me in my jungle at level 5,
Dude.
sir.
How did you have another smite up?
What do you mean?
Oh, damn it.
I didn't smite mine.
You didn't smite your red?
No.
You didn't smite that red just now.
Wait, no, yeah, that red just now. How did I have another smite up?
From
Oh,
blue.
shit!
Oh shit! Oh
didn't
yes!
smite from
Blue!
blue.
Holy crap!
Oh,
No,
Wait,
no, no,
you
no,
didn't
no, no,
smite
no,
your
no,
blue?
no.
How did you take
Nice,
that?
nice. Oh, but
Oh,
you're gonna die,
I'm
aren't
gonna
you?
die now.
Yeah, alright. Oh, I didn't
Oh,
even
you
hit
did.
you!
tower!
Ah!
Pardon, what? I
How
didn't
did
smite
you?
my blue.
How did you didn't smite your blue?
I smited your blue. I didn't smite mine. I took it
What?
into the jungle. I took
fuck?
it into the bushes.
No way. No. I know. I saw you taking it. It took
And then I
a
just
massive
burst on it.
chunk.
My Q. I main level that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it hits
Fuck
pretty hard.
that. No, I know it does, but
Okay,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I think I got lucky there.
Lol, are you 8? Jesus Christ. Fuck you.
I still haven't cleared my own goddamn blue though.
Alright. So normally, there's another tip for Joe. Normally, you want to take Merc Treads with him, just because it's gonna typically be better when you hit the mid game. But because I can tell, the Jax is in a decent position, right? Like, as much as I'm going to be a little bit up on him based on that last exchange, I still need to be pretty defensive with this play. We're still not at the point where I can just bust out of lane and
Oh my god.
get this into mid game.
Alright, so Will, I'm trying to figure out how I'm the jackass for taking Riven last game, and you're not for taking Lee Sin.
This
Well,
is the
'cause we're
first
focusing
time
on
I've played
top.
Lee Sin in a very long time, and also I haven't. Yeah. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I honestly figured that we were more of an even match in jungle. Or that you'd kick my ass because you made it for a while.
Dude, do you realize
That was
how
good
long it's been
rest.
since I
That was
played
good.
jungle?
Man, it's been quite some time since I played Lee. Though I guess it's been, yeah, I've been mainly in jungle.
Oh, bugger.
And, I make no claims about not being an ass.
Fair enough.
So that was good, Ben.
That's all I was looking for.
So the big thing was, like, yeah, you knew that I had my silence up, right? Which is why it was actually good that you dropped your stun right off. Because if not, right, it's possible that you'll come in for the engage, I'll throw the silence on you, and then you'll be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Right.
So against Cho, it's not actually, yeah, it's a decent decision. I
don't
mean,
know
it's
why I
what
was
got
calling
you
those
this
guys.
harass, right?
Oh, whoops. That is way closer than I thought it was.
It happens.
You get Sightstone on... in jungle?
Only on Lee Sin, I'm just trying it out. I haven't played him in ages I used to. Because
Fair
of
enough.
just ward jumping that allows you to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which I haven't really been taking advantage of. I bit to kill Luke.
Oh, decent flash.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
Shit. Oh, I can't jump on the turret. Damn it.
Ooh. Yep. So that was one of those situations where, you know, Cam
Not too
pinged
late.
for me that he was coming, right? So I purposefully...
Well, no, I just saw him too late. I could have gotten out really easily. I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah, no.
Well,
I mean,
I also missed my ult. There were a lot of things that could have happened there.
yes. Again, this is just me explaining
Fair,
to the
but-
viewers sort of what the thinking was. So I knew that Cam was coming, right? So I wanted to have Ben go in on me, which is why, like,
You're totally
I
taking
tried
Dragon
not to
right now,
telegraph
aren't
it. You know, I tried
I
to...
tried. It failed.
Ah.
I tried to make it look pretty normal. Like I was just, you know, trying to keep on creeps, trying to keep him from getting too much harassed, but making little mistakes so that he gets pulled in towards my turret gradually, and he tries to get that harass damage, you know. And then, yeah, the goal was then Cam would come in, get the CC, I'd be able to drop my ult, and we'd be able to drop some burst damage. Our hope was to drop him way before he was able to get to his jungle. Unfortunately, that
Yeah,
didn't
but I missed
happen.
my ult.
So, because I could tell that wasn't going to happen, I purposely held back, because I'm like, okay, my health is low. If I stand too close too early, Jax is just going to drop me. And then we won't get nearly as much out of this as we would like. So I'll hang back.
Yeah,
wait
at
for
least
my
your
Q to
jungler is
come
helping
back
you.
up.
Yeah. I know, it's like...
Be not pushed up.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
you
ganked
can get
once.
from behind.
Dude, that's what lane ganks are all
We'll
about. man.
ganked once.
This is like the perfect opportunity
Yeah.
for a lane gank.
It's true.
And it's been that way for ages. So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, just because he's pushed up doesn't mean there's
I was
something
busy
can't be
hunting
done.
cat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah,
you were just
he was
busy being a
being a jackass.
Like,
or
let's be
waiting
honest
for
I mean-
Cam to engage me in my jungle.
Realistically, it's not a bad move.
Stealing your blue is dickish, but
Oh,
not
goddamn.
overly so. Killing you in my jungle was in no way me. Oh,
Oh,
poop,
hey,
I've
check
done
that out.
shown myself.
Hello. Speaking
I'm
of,
going away and I'm not going to come back ever.
oh, totally. All right. So, also for the viewers at home, this is why we've got wards right there. Is because one, he's been invading camp, and we kind of want to have
well,
a chance to see it. And then the other reason is so that if he tries to come behind and, like, you know, either go through river or try and go through our jungle, right, and dive on me
You're a
on turret.
jackass. You're a fucking jackass. Oh my god. I pinged it for a reason, Luke.
I know I should have stuck around. I was afraid that Ben was going to push this top faster. I was just going to lose a shit ton of creeps.
Will, you're a
I was wrong.
fucktard. You're a fucking jackass, man. I'm sorry, but that's a dick move. It's the right move, don't get me wrong, but is it still a dick move?
Oh, I fucked that up. That was good, though. So that was a really good dive. That's, you know, they knew Cam was down. They knew that they were about to have creep cover. So they're like, all right, if we're gonna dive, this is the time to do it. And they're totally right. It is. Oh, and here's the value of Jax, is the speed at which you're going to be able to drop that tower.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So why did you take Cho for top? I'm just curious.
Just as a
It's Cho's
demonstration,
top.
right? It's a totally different tactic from what you just did. Like,
Yep.
completely. And it's a totally different side of the matchup, right? It's when Jax does have the advantage. What does that look like compared to, you know, when you've got Riven who can trade better than him? And how do you deal with a lane where you can't trade better than them? How do you survive? How do you keep things going?
Well, to be fair, normally I would never pick Sejuani if I've got a Cho top. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything. I'm just saying.
No,
Normally,
I mean, you're right,
you
right?
know,
Because they don't synergize
for the
as
viewers
well
out there,
as like you'd want to take typically something more
Will's a
damage,
jackass,
like
basically.
jungle, right?
Oh,
Well, he didn't know
sounds
what you were
familiar.
going to take, and you didn't know what he was going to take.
Oh, I know. But taking Lee Sin Jax is a dick move.
A little bit.
It's equally a
little bit.
dick, as much a dick move as taking Riven.
Well, taking Riven when you know
Especially
because
because of all those times I didn't gank top.
I forgot to get stuff.
Well, you not ganking top is your own fault.
Oh yeah,
You're
no,
still
I'm
a
just saying the
jackass.
matchup, like the team comp has not had much effect.
Not on
true.
top
It
lane.
could have
On
had
jungle
much
it has.
more.
No, Jax, I mean, Jax hasn't been in jungle that much.
I'm not
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
he's not talking about that.
Jax being in jungle. I'm talking about
Oh,
I've
sure.
gone to gank top.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he has, definitely. Which has been nice. Yeah, but that's the only reason I
Such
picked
one
Cho,
is
was
so
because it's an
slow.
AP top, which is different from what we just saw, and it's just a totally different tactic. Alright, so Cho, he gets decent damage on the turret, right, but he doesn't get great damage. So this is one of those champions where, when you're trying to push turret, what you want to do is clear the creeps as much as you can, and let your creeps do the damage for you.
Are you building full AP Cho?
Sort of off-tanky. Off-tanky AP, yes.
God, my jungle's been so fucking slow because you're a jackass taking my blue all the time.
You're welcome to that one, Cam. I'm nowhere even near it. Couldn't get to it if I wanted.
He is not near it. That's true.
I do have a ward, though.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, well, Luke, you're not going to join the party?
I got
Luke's
another
mid.
party.
Him, I'm going to try to murder.
I have a much cooler party.
Oh, Luke's mid.
Oh man, Luke, you're... I've been so used to popping off my skills after 2 auto attacks that I was just like, did not even register that was a slow.
Yep, that's I mean that's part of what makes Lee Sin good, right? Is that slow and timing
Yeah.
to use it.
Wait, so why are you mid, Luke?
Have you seen that turret?
His
health?
top's gone.
And my top's gone.
Oh, are we actually like trying to take this?
Oh, I don't
No.
know
Play this
necessarily.
out.
I'm just like it was the smart
Oh,
move.
I don't know.
So I took it.
I was just figuring that in a lot of laning phase, a lot of games, your laning phase isn't really going to be over by now, so you're probably stuck top.
So ideally, 20 minutes in, laning phase better be over. If it's
He
not,
dropped a ward there.
this game's kind of lost. In general.
Oh, I didn't!
Like-
That's not so true.
I mean, it depends on who else is in the other lanes, but one really hopes that at this point, you're not stuck at Cho, like, still farming at top, because things are going to snowball against you.
Oh, my Q just came up.
So that was another very purposeful, like, I knew both of them were going to jump on me. I knew they weren't going to pull back. So I was like, okay, pull them both, drop the Q, and then if you're lucky, you're going to have enough damage on Jax that you can drop him and just walk out. Which is exactly what happened.
You mean drop
right?
the
That
R?
was- no, the Q. So the Q is the knockup.
Oh.
So I knew I could knock up both of you.
Right.
And then you guys would be in this position where you think you're going to drop me, where you're like, oh, hell yes. And then you can bait it in.
I
get
didn't have
that
the Q to
knockup.
get out of there. That was the unfortunate
Yeah, that's
part.
true. The Q to get out of there would have been a really good move.
Like, it had just come up and it wouldn't let me choose it, which was really annoying.
Oh, that
Probably
was
because you had a silence down or something.
But yeah, that was my thinking, and there are ways they could have avoided it, but I'm glad it panned out.
Yep.
I'm glad it worked.
That's what I'm used to doing with Joe.
It's a really good move, right? Like, take advantage of the fact that he has health and use that to set up your Qs.
Yep. I do that. Used to do that all the time.
Yeah, it's critical with him, especially in like the mid game, right? Because you can go get on their AD carry and harass them and such. But what you want to do is hang on to that Q so that if their AD carry tries to run away, if someone in another lane, you know, if they start jumping onto you, then it's like, great. You know they're on your AD carry, or you know they're on you. Now you can throw that Q, and either you have to interrupt their attacking, or they're just going to be knocked up, and you're going to have a great opportunity to re-engage on them. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more show
that is a
tactics.
good strategy with Joe.
So another side note, the reason that I'm leveling my my E second, right, is because the Q is good, don't get me wrong, but when you're at top, the main thing that you need once you have that, especially when you're building AP like this, is you need a way to farm creeps without draining your mana. Shoot, I fucked that up. Nice.
Will, you are no help at all.
Where is Will? I'm curious now.
I was
Taking
taking
dragon.
dragon.
I pinged it earlier.
Oh, my
Oh,
bad.
you dick.
I was talking too much. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, so. Oh, nice, he's low health. Well, we're just gonna take this then. Because screw you.
You're mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I had a thing over there I could have jumped to.
We're not done either. This push is going to continue. So again,
Thanks
this is
so
me
much.
clearing creeps because the creeps will do much better damage than I would at this point. Sejuani's another case. Sejuani actually has decent damage right now. He can really push turrets down, which is wonderful. It's one of the ways I didn't expect us to synergize, to be honest.
True story.
Alright, so you're going to see me do some warding here, and you can tell that there's some intention to it. Yeah, if you recall the episode on warding, this is a very big tell for me as to what I plan to do. And in general, when you see somebody do that, it definitely tells you, like, yeah, where they're going.
Has destroyed a turret.
Yep, of course.
So what you saw Cam and I do, we both know that we are both really good at pushing, both Sejuani and Sho. And so we knew the second anybody was dropped, that's when we had to put lane pressure. Because that's how they weren't going to be able to keep up.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, and then we take
Irma
advantage of the
slow.
tank. Yeah. So
Will,
Sejuani
you
slow
need
is
to-
just insane.
You need to stay under tower if you can't take two of them.
He was under
I
tower,
was
actually.
under
Yeah, we
tower,
actually
you
dived
asshole.
him hardcore. Yeah, we dived him hardcore.
He got caught out mostly under tower.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the damage he took was out of tower. You're absolutely right. And then we just sort of stuck under tower to finish him off.
Oh no!
Do it,
I
Will.
cannot believe I missed that.
Alright, so item-wise, you can see that I'm going for a Frozen Heart. And the reason I'm going for a Frozen Heart is, one, it gets that cooldown reduction, which for Cho you totally want. Other reason is the mana, which is great, again, on Cho, because you're always going to be struggling.
Son of a bitch.
Finally!
Last reason you
Nice,
pick up
man.
Frozen Heart is because they're both AD, and they're both very
I also didn't
attack
flash just there.
based,
I still
right?
have
so
it.
it means that you can prevent, because it has that reduced attack speed of nearby enemies, right? It means both Jax and Lee Sin are not going to be able to drop me nearly as fast. So it just ends up being
See, I saved it for
it's
a
really
reason.
strong item on Show.
I was in the buy menu there too, and I saw you coming on the
Okay.
minimap. I was like,
Oh yeah, I was wondering why you didn't have a faster time on that.
Well, Ryan, this game is like, man, like we've been doing these tutorial things once a week for, I don't know, like a month now, and
a while.
honestly, like, we spend hours talking about this game. Cam and I have spent whole afternoons
Luke
doing
and
nothing
I-
but talking about this game
yeah.
because there's so much depth. Like,
Many a drive between
crazy.
Palo Alto and Davis has been spent just talking about League.
yep. And it's because there's just so much strategy. There's so much stuff with the build orders and the matchups and sort of what, how do you use the skills? How do you read what skills, what are they likely to do? That is just, there's so much to the game. I love this game. Alright, what else is there to say? I mean, we've pretty much... It's hard. Top is a really hard lane to talk about. And the main reason is because, like we've mentioned,
For a plethora
the
of reasons.
matchup is very important. But like I said, the main rules of thumb are you want to pick, look at what your team comp needs, right? Do they need tank? Do they need utility? Do they need damage? And pick a top that can fill that. Because top is one of the best lanes for doing that kind of fill. Yeah, or see whether you need pushing, right? Like, the Cho's advantage, right, is he has health, he has utility, and he's really good at pushing lanes. So you take all that together, it's a really strong character. He just has a very weak beginning game. He's not good at duels. Or dueling with him, I should say, is particularly difficult. Yeah, so a lot of it depends. You want to look at the matchup of who you're facing. Of course, in blind pick, you can't do that. But this is really like draft pick kind of strategy. That's what Ignite's for.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. And that's, again, that was hanging on to the knockups, right? The knockups both times were used when they
Well,
were
you guys
trying to
had
run
way
away.
more health and we couldn't take it down.
Yeah, exactly. That was another thing.
We
you
also
you guys
did a focus
engaged.
You were
Probably
also
because I was
on the
like,
defensive the whole time.
So that's one of those
Was that?
situations, right, where a new player would look at that. Both of you were sitting on top of, like, me or Sejuani, and we'd be like, oh crap, we don't have enough damage. We should run away, right? But really,
Yeah.
that's not the case, right? Because we knew we had good utility skills, and we knew we had lots of health. So we were like, okay, this is okay. Like,
I've
their
also
attack
been
speed's
building
not gonna
damage.
be
I actually
great.
have pretty decent damage right
yeah,
now.
Sejuani actually has pretty decent damage, is true. Especially with that Leandries.
Yeah, there's a reason I got it.
So it's, and I knew I had the Frozen Heart, so I knew their attack speed wasn't going to be as crazy as it could be.
Yeah, actually, that's the reason I didn't go Frozen Heart.
Yeah, no, it was wise. I'm glad you did. And now I'm getting a little caught out, but luckily I have lots of health, so the hope is that.
Oh,
push 'em off.
scary.
Oh, I
Man.
used way too much there. That
That's
was
also
retarded.
why
Yeah.
you hold on to your flash right there, right? Because
Yep.
he was going to poke and poke and poke. But I
Same
knew
thing.
he
I mean,
was
same thing
close.
happened earlier, right? Same thing happened earlier with Will trying to get at me.
Right. And that's, that's one of those reasons you hang on to the flash, right? Is because you don't want...
Oh, what? My Q didn't go off. Fuck that! I hit my Q and it didn't go. What the hell?
Good flash on Will's part, anticipating that knockup. But now I do the silence, yep,
Not
and
enough.
then the burst.
Son of a bitch. Like, I had it and it didn't go. What the fuck?
Which one?
I was gonna jump onto Luke and jump out of that whole thing, and it didn't go.
I did knock you up. And
I
had
had
Luke
it and I
silenced
could
you?
have done it and it didn't go.
Had Luke
no,
silenced
I
you?
did not, actually.
No, this was not. This was before that.
So he could have,
I don't
in
know, man.
theory...
Nah.
So I don't know why I'm trying to clear creeps. As much as, like, creeps do better damage than I do to this tower, like, I should be using my skills to clear the creeps and using my normal attacks to actually hit this tower. Or hit this inhib.
I was
because it's totally
real
naked.
close to dying right there. I just want to point
You
that
really
out.
were. When you re-engaged on Will, I was like, okay, this will probably
Oh, no,
work.
no, no, no.
But that
When I
was...
took Dragon right now. When I took Dragon right now.
Oh.
I got down to 30 health. Yes, I took Dragon, by the way.
So now
Scary
I'm gonna
times.
die because I stayed way too long. Whatever.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, alright. I finally got my Frozen Heart, so that's good. Alright, so this is the point in the build where you would want to pick your items based on what you're seeing in the team comp, right? So if you're seeing that you need a lot of engage, right, and the support hasn't picked up Shirelia's, this would be a decent time to pick up Shirelia's as Cho, because you get even more cooldown reduction. You would get that chase. So that's always a really strong item in general. Shirelia's is just very strong.
Having 2 on a team also not a bad thing.
Exactly. In this
you can
case,
use
I'm
one to
actually going
engage.
for Rabadons, and the reason why is because I am lacking in damage currently. But we have most of what else we need, right? We have tank for dealing with AD. We have, strong utility. We've got good ability to push, good health. What we don't have is the damage. And so in order to keep up with that, I'm picking up this Rabadons. And in general, that's a good thing to do with Cho, right? If you're playing as a top lane and you're seeing that, you've got enough tank, you've got enough, enough presence in team fights, but you just don't have enough oomph, right? You can't really push off an AD carry. The thing to do is to build that damage. And that's true as a top in general, right? Is the way you push off AD carries is by having enough health or armor to not die.
That they don't insta-pop you.
Right.
And
that
enough
they don't
damage
insta-pop
to...
you and enough damage,
enough
that
damage
they have
to make them
deal with
scared.
you, right? And that's really the
Yup.
goal of a bruiser. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be a little late, but alright.
Okay. Had to take it, sorry.
Nope, it's totally cool. Totally cool.
Do not engage this, buddy.
Good call.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang.
Cool.
Nice, guys.
Yep. So yeah,
Ooh, double buff. Thanks.
that Lee Sin using... So this is something we haven't talked about, but it's a classic Lee Sin strategy if you haven't seen it. So Lee Sin has this ability where he can jump to champions or minions or wards. And so what he did there was he held on to a ward, right, as he was invading our jungle. And the reason he did it was so he could drop a ward.
Sightstone, actually.
Oh, was it a sight
Yeah,
stone?
yeah,
much,
sight
yeah.
stone.
Either way,
Yeah.
whatever. It was a ward of some kind.
Yep.
So he was hanging onto a ward of some kind so that he could drop it on the inside dragon and then use the ability to jump from in jungle to dragon without having to use his flash, right? And that's one of the things that makes Lee Sin really strong in general. is-
Jax can do this too, also.
Yes,
I should
Jax
note.
can also do
Jax's
this.
jump works the same way.
Absolutely. All right.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh God.
So that was actually
Oh,
me
nice.
walking
Wow.
into a dumb situation. Like, if Lee Sin had gotten there faster, I mean, he still might get me, honestly.
He
Nope.
lands a good Q.
Flash.
Yeah, creeps in the way. Flash to the other side of creeps. Classic.
Yep.
Go clear
Classic
that.
tactic.
Go clear that.
Yeah, let's do that. You're totally right.
That ignite did way more damage than I thought.
So yeah, what I did there was
Oh,
incredibly,
so
like,
Ignite's an interesting
risky.
one because Ignite is like top lane is one of the really common places that you still see Ignite,
Yes, absolutely.
which is
Um,
weird to me.
Because it used
I mean,
to
it
be all
kind
the
of makes
time.
sense. Well, because because you don't see it on AD carries anymore, but you don't see it because it's the AD carry needs that little bit of survivability, but
I haven't built any health. That's my problem.
Your team has destroyed
health is useful.
So yeah, so that fight that I just did, it was calculated but risky, right? Because if Lee Sin had gotten in on that fight earlier, I would have lost, like, period. But I was hoping Lee Sin was far enough out that what I could do is I could bait in Jax, and Jax would be like, oh, I've got decent damage. I think I can win this, right? And so he keeps fighting and fighting, and I just wait for that cooldown, right? Because the second that Q and the silence come up, I have a chance to, like,
Oh, really?
I'll knock him up, I'll burst him with damage, we'll use
I
what Cho
don't
is
know
good
why I
for.
didn't get the Q through the wall there. I should have been able to. Oh well, that's okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so that baiting
bad
in
for
Jax
me.
was very purposeful, but when Lee Sin came in, I was scared shitless, because I was like, if he's in there, Lee Sin definitely has enough damage that he could just drop me. I was very lucky to get out of that, to be honest.
We just need to clear Will. He's out. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I saw both of them leave mid, which is why, I went into bush and teleported back, because I knew if they really wanted me, they could run through our jungle and intercept me, because we don't have any turret cover. So again, yeah, that was, if I'd had better ward coverage, I wouldn't have necessarily had to do that, because I would know where they were going. For example, if I had wards here or here, I very easily could have stayed at top, because I would know if they were transitioning to get me, and I would have an idea of how to path in order to avoid it. Because I didn't have that, I had to leave pretty early. So that's why those wards are so good for split pushing, is it allows you to stay just that much longer and get a sense of where they are right away. Yeah.
They're probably going.
Probably. But if
I'm
they're
gonna
going
go.
to do that,
We should.
yeah. Like if they're going to do that, we should either go for this or
Yep.
just
I think we should just do this.
Alright. So what you can see here is Lee Sin is chilling around trying to get this smite. I'm trying to just hold them back. I'm trying to just make it difficult for them to get this dragon. Or if they're going to get it, we're going to make sure somebody dies in the process.
Oh,
And we
I was
got
the
it
one that died.
anyway, by the way.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah, we did.
We got the dragon anyway.
I got it.
Oh, really? Wait, what?
Yup, I smited
Oh
it, buddy.
man, I
Yep.
smited. I thought I'd smited it.
I also did my W.
Yep, so I'm like long gone now.
You mean you're stun, Ben?
No, my W. Well, I did my stun earlier though.
Yep. Okay.
My W does more
But that's
extra
not
damage.
gonna.
So
Oh,
I
you
also did.
weren't gonna get the dragon because of that.
So yeah, so you can see the
Smite
strategy
at this
there.
point does 1,000 true damage.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
pretty beefy at level
Oh, that's
18.
right. Yeah.
So
Oh man, I thought I'd smited that.
Will and Ben
I needed
both
you to
played
be a lot
that.
more aggressive. I needed you to be a lot more aggressive on them. And actually, you probably when he dropped the ward in.
And I should have
So
been
the
pushing
problem was
bottom
I
right now
was
is what I should have
reasonably
done.
aggressive until
Yep,
Jax came
that's
in.
what you should be
and then
pushing.
Jax was there, and I'm like, well, I could be aggressive on one of them, but I can't keep
Right.
up
Well,
both.
that's what.
Um,
Yeah. As soon as Jack showed up, I needed you to be on dragon, basically.
that's where I was going the second he came, but I
Yeah.
just couldn't.
Yeah.
It's too much. Especially
I'm not
for a
faulting
Cho.
you. I'm just saying.
If it weren't Cho, if it was somebody with more damage, we would have been fine there. But
Yeah, probably.
unfortunately,
Yeah. So in the next patch, I won't be able to carry all 5 wards that I've got right now.
true. That's
It's a
gonna
little
be,
sad.
That's gonna be a different thing.
Mhm.
Well, actually, I don't know. You might be able to carry that many. You just can't place that many.
Right. Yeah. I
And
can't-
you're
can't
limited
place
to
that
one
many.
stack.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
No,
you're
I don't think
limited.
You're limited to
You're-
one stack.
Yeah, you are. But you're
Yeah,
not.
you are. Definitely limited to one stack.
Yeah, you're definitely
Yeah, I
limited
think
to one
you're
stack.
limited to one stack now,
But I
aren't
don't think.
No.
No.
you? Okay.
No,
cool.
you can have multiple stacks.
I mean,
But
people
also,
don't
I
often,
think you
but
can have 3 wards out at a time. You can have 5. You can have as many as you want. I'm pretty sure.
Not in the new
but
patch. In the new patch,
with
you can only have
the-
4 wards out.
No, no, no.
Um,
With the trinket, I'm
no,
fairly
just
sure.
period. I think each
Really?
character can only have 4 wards on the map at a time.
Yeah, it sounded like they were doing a hard limit.
That's weird.
So that is the thing.
That doesn't make sense.
It's kind of
I
nice
bet
that
people are
sport
more
can't buy
judicious
all of
with their
them.
ward usage.
That's fair since they're going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So that's going to be a thing. That's going to change the game a bit. But also there are going to be the trinkets, right? And the goal with that is that people aren't going to be placing wards like freaking everywhere, but at the same time all the roles are going to be placing wards. It's not just going to be support spending the whole game buying wards.
Mhm.
So it'll change things. It'll be really interesting. I think given, that it's really not going to be that limiting, right? As long as all of you are actually trying to place wards, it'll be fine. Whoa, that was sneaky and really confusing.
Whoops. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get out of there.
Ooh, good flash.
Did not see Cam come from behind.
Oh no! That was also really good.
Oh, yep. There it is. Nice. Yep.
No.
Yeah. Oh man, that jump over
Good
the
try.
wall was pretty slick, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
it dodged the crap out of my my knockup.
Fortunately, I also can jump over the wall.
Yeah, you goddamn Tarzan.
And I have all the slows.
All the slows.
Yeah, you go push there.
Oh yeah,
that's
you
fine.
guys are both very AP. I'm
Very.
doing this wrong.
Yes. And you guys are both very AD,
Yep.
so it's weird because both sides
Yep.
can really itemize against the other.
Yep.
Um,
Oh god, you do a lot of damage.
Against towers.
Oh, is
oh
it only
yeah,
towers?
Sejuani, like,
Good god.
yeah.
Does she have a
Drop
buff
the
against
problem.
towers or something?
No.
Only
No,
one of
it's
us
just
builds
AP.
late game. Whereas both of them kind of do.
Yeah, we both scale late game really well. Don't get me wrong,
Oh,
Lee Sin does not.
Jax scales pretty well in game.
Oh,
Um,
Jax does.
Jax,
yeah, Jax is insane.
Jax is a late game hyper carry.
Yeah.
Lee Sin, not so much.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh balls, I forgot about that.
Alright, so he is a little bit faster than me. I mean, he, in theory, can catch up here. That being said, I
Mhm.
still have silence. I have knock up again. I feel pretty safe just
Yep.
walking away.
Yo.
Yep. And that's all you do. That's all you do.
Oh, I should have killed the dude. I would have got my speed buff. But
Let's see. What did I
Your
want?
team has destroyed a turret.
No,
Goddamn it.
bottom tower.
Yeah. This is an interesting choice, but I actually think it'll be pretty good. Um,
Oh, nice. I had similar thoughts. At least I
I
think.
think it's the right move.
Yep.
I don't often
I
do it on
had similar
show.
thoughts a little
but-
bit earlier.
Yeah, I don't often do it on show, but I think it could really work this time.
hmm
What item?
I don't want to say until you've seen me.
Oh, come on, man. We're about to anyway.
You will. It's
You don't know. Maybe he's gonna be sneaky for a long time.
That's true.
probably not. But
Now we just gotta light up your jungle like a Christmas tree. It's the incentive.
oh, you sneaky
Ooh,
bastards!
and one item.
Well, better. Well done.
Run
Gotta
like
avoid
the
stab.
That
Dickens.
was well done. That was good. Taking advantage of our lack of wards.
Oh man, I was actually thinking the anal last whisper next on Lee Sin.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I guess. Though, to be honest, we don't have that much
oh,
armor.
why are we both here? What the hell?
Oh, I don't know. That was.
God damn it.
I'm not sure.
Luke has a decent bit.
Well, I'm blaming you.
Fuck you. I blame Obama.
Alright.
That's
But
fine.
pretty soon this game is...
I was about to say, you want to jump on me? Okay.
No, I just want to poke at you.
I gotcha.
Hey, Jax, old buddy.
Yep. Well, we're gonna lose.
I want to start
anyway,
some.
So.
Alright, so again, you guys really don't want to stack up on us because we are built to deal with that. Like, you know, that's what allowed us
Oh,
to get our
creeps.
knockups and allowed us to get all the
Leandri's
CC in the
tournament
world.
also.
Yeah. But we're also melee guys, so there's not much we can do about that.
So are we.
It's really tricky. The thing
Well, yeah,
to
but
try
yeah,
to
but
do-
you
don't
have
have a
CC and we
problem
don't.
stacking against us.
Yeah, it's really tough. And especially when all your turrets are down like that, like there's not a lot
Yeah.
you can do.
There's nothing we can do.
Because normally
No,
you want to
we
try and
were
bait
fucked
them
about halfway through when we let you guys snowball all of the way.
cheat noobs.
Yeah,
Thanks, Will.
if Will had been a little more aggressive and more dickish, then you
Yeah.
guys definitely would have won that. But yeah.
Yep, but Cam wouldn't stop getting his panties in a bench.
Yep. See? Raging wins.
It's just a psychological game.
Turns out whining like a little girl is an effective strategy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well,
I
I
do
think
it all
that's
the
probably
time.
enough
Yeah, except
talking about
against him.
top. That gives you a sense of certain characters and how you do, you know, how you do trading, how you do farming under tower, how do you do, like, when it's an aggressive matchup. You can watch Cam in that first portion with Riven to see what that looks like and how you want to play those trades. And yeah, they're
On
those
the-
two very
on
different
the
tops
winning
just
side,
now.
right? Like on the
yeah, on the winning side.
upside of a
Yeah.
Yeah,
hard
on the
trade.
downside, it's really tough. What you need to do is just farm.
Well, Cam, you're
really
not
tough.
saving this, are you?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, I still was watching top to some extent. You know, I didn't get perfect view of it, but it should be
Right.
pretty
Oh,
decent.
right, because you were just watching. But I mean, we didn't have Cam's view for most of that, so.
Right.
Because I couldn't do shit.
But yeah, if you're in that kind of dueling situation and you're on the losing side, it's a really tough game, right? Like, the only thing you can really do is farm under tower, try not to let them get too much harass, though with certain characters that's just going to be unavoidable. And then just build sustain, you know? You gotta grab health pots, you gotta grab, you know, possibly Doran's shield, whatever kind of stuff is going to let you stay alive under tower and farm is what's going to save you at that point. And then the other thing is just having mid or jungle do ganks for you, right? To try and get some pressure back. And the second that gank happens, don't
jungle.
turn right away.
Now that the game's
Right.
over.
Because right after that gank happens, that's the perfect opportunity to farm up creeps, push the creeps to their tower, make up a little bit of time on that farm game, and then return. So ideally, you want some wards, you know, in their tri-bush, in their jungle, so that you can see if the jungler is going to jump on you, if their jungler is going to jump on you after that gank has happened. Because if they're not, take advantage of it. It's the only way you're going to catch up when you're behind like that. Yep. But it's a tough game. You know, it's one of those things where you just have to do your best to stay alive. Sometimes you're going to have to abandon a turret. Like, that's just going to happen. But if they're aggressive enough that they drop your turret when you're losing like that, it's actually kind of a good thing, because it's going to push you into mid-game faster. And you're going to have a much better chance of surviving in the mid-game if their top is being that aggressive. The bad thing is if they zone you. If they zone you at top and just stretch out the early game and get a huge lead on you, it could be really bad. And that's when you desperately need your jungle to come up and make ganks happen. Yep. I don't really know what else to say about top, though. That's sort of... both those games combined show a lot of what the strategy looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, well, you guys want to play normal games?
I could maybe do one.
Okay.
Because it's now 2 o'clock and we did 2 customs and we started really late. So,
Yeah, no, we'll just do...
I think that's also partly why I'm a little pissy right now. But I think that's mostly because of the games. So, yeah.
Yeah, both games were rough. Right. Do we have anybody else? Is it just the 4 of us?
A
Anybody
bunch
else
of the bro puns are online, but they're probably going to be...
Probably going to be
Up to
playing with
business
each other,
together.
right? Yeah.
No, I could ask Lucas.
Oh, Patrick is in a game right now. Let me see how it's going.
Yep. Well, while you guys figure that out, I'm gonna pee.
Cool. Urination, always important. But yeah, so that's you know, this is always easier said than done. But you could see in that game, right? When you're trying to learn like this, right? Like, you could tell even when I do, you know, if you do poorly, you want to just kind of laugh it off and be like, okay, like, that sucked, or I made these kind of mistakes, or, you know, they're OP, whatever. But you want to look at the situation and don't just, you know, fall apart and get ragey about it, because that's how you start to lose games. And this is just sort of league mindset in general, is that when you're losing, it's really easy to
See, I just
demoralize
get
the whole
ragey,
team.
and I just get ragey, and then keep playing anyway.
Yeah, but the main thing is it's not for you, right? It's for the rest of the
No, I know.
team that people
I know.
try, and because yeah, if you demoralize the team, right, it's that, you know, in theory,
No, you're
right, they
absolutely
can
right.
play just as well, but in reality, they tend to communicate less. They tend to make poorer decisions. They tend to do more like, you know, all-in type stuff, like go and dive the tower when they shouldn't, or they'll play way too defensive. So what you want to do is just sit back and try and look at it impartially and be like, okay, this is going poorly. How can we fix it? What can I do playstyle differently? What kind of items can I get? Where can I move to other lanes? Can other people move to this lane?
Absolutely.
And you want to just be active about that. Don't just like be like, shit, this game's over. Because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy when you do that. And it's the same when you're winning, right? You don't want to get, headstrong about it when you have a lead also. You want to make sure that you're still paying attention, being like, okay, are we keeping them from getting these objectives? Are we still making the right team fight calls? Because if you have a lead, you don't want even team fights, right? You don't want them getting even kills on you, because then they're just going to catch up. So yeah, that's my big recommendation, is like, if you start losing, laugh it off. If you're doing well, try not to get full of yourself, but just be like, all right, that was good. And this part and this part were why it was good. We should do that in the future. And you can tell with like my commentary in that custom, even if I did well, I really wasn't trying to comment on, oh man, I've done well. It was that, okay, here's what my thinking was. Here's why it did work, or it could have not worked. Or if I fell apart, here's why it fell apart.
Though,
and that's really how you
in
want
a game, in a game, I will say, when you have a team fight or something that goes well, it does serve to get elated about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, I mean, like, you should be excited.
It's a matter of get pumped on the positives and stay positive through the negatives.
Oh sure. It's just don't get full of yourself.
As opposed to being stepped back and objective the whole time. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, of course, you win a team fight, it's like woohoo. But don't just go woohoo and then walk away. Like,
So are we going?
there's always stuff to be done.
I gotta go to sleep soon.